Thank you, Christopher. And now in other news, Mayor of Savannah Lamar and Chairman of the Westmoreland Municipal Corporation, Councillor Bertel Moore, says the council is awaiting an approved blueprint and funding in order to move forward with the Negril market. Mayor Moore, who spoke with our news team earlier today, explained that surveillance of the property and a sketch has been done for the new market and awaits an approved blueprint and funding.
There was no money, as far as I know, allocated for the market. We, from during the days of MP McNeil, we have been trying to see what can be done. In the first instance, the council had the property surveyed, and after a while, before he lost, Minister Mackenzie came down, and he was very interested in putting up a fruit and vegetable market in the Negril area. After going back to Kingston, I think he gave instruction to some of his technical persons to do a sketch of a plan. The sketch came down to me. I took it to the Chamber of Commerce. I think they approved it and sent it back to the ministry. Since then, nothing more was done, only to hear from the ministry that they need a soil test and some other thing which is to be done there. We at the council, we had gotten a price on those things 2 years ago. But as you know, what we had 2 years ago is not the same now.
The mayor added that additional steps are being taken before they can move ahead with the building of the market.
Since it came up recently, our chief engineer has gone back to these agencies who had given her the price before, asked them to give an estimate to do the soil test, etc. She is now waiting on them to get the price. It's not a project that will be done by the council, but what we do is to facilitate to get the prices for them. So the truth is, I cannot tell you how much money will be allocated because we don't even have the blueprint. All we got was a sketch, which I gave to the Chamber of Commerce in Negril. The ministry is going to do the blueprint. When the blueprint is done, it will come back to the council and to the Negril Green Island Local Planning Authority for approval. But all that blueprint has to be done in order for them to do pricing. You cannot know how much it's going to cost until you put that blueprint together. But we are waiting on the agency now to send us a price for the soil test. When I get that price for the soil test, I will pass it on to the chamber, because the chamber said they will find money to pay for these things. I went as far as going back to the surveyor who surveyed the property I would say maybe 3-4 years ago. He had surveyed the property, but nobody went back to him because we didn't know what was happening. So he said, as soon as they're ready, come see him and he will go and complete that.
Now, Mayor Moore pointed out that Minister Desmond Mackenzie expressed great interest for the market to be constructed, while explaining reasons behind wanting to build a new market in the parish.
And I do think at the present, maybe the ministry would be working on the blueprint. I don't know. But I know the minister was very, very much interested in having a market in Negril. As councillor, I thought it was a disgrace the way Negril was looking with those people selling along the roadside. And Dr. McNeil and myself took it up on our head. And he went about trying to see how we can secure the land. And we moved those people who are over there now. And what was decided on is that while construction is going on, the construction would be in the back. So we'd let those people stay in the front, because as soon as construction is completed, those people who are there now should get first preference. Some of those you find underneath the tarpaulin. I'd asked them to go over there, and they wouldn't go at the time because they felt that they wouldn't get business over there. Once we all move together as a team, the patron will come to us. And this is what we need. I do hope as soon as the chief engineer get the invoice for the soil test, the chamber will go ahead and deal with it. And from there, the ministry will do their part. But I cannot tell you when construction will start. I cannot tell you how much money it will take, and I can't tell you when it will be completed.
Still tonight, the Airports Authority of Jamaica, AAJ, is working to increase traffic in and out of the Ian Fleming International Airport, IFIA, in Boscobel, St. Mary. In an interview, AAJ's president and CEO, Mr. Audley Diedrich, explained that this will be achieved by significantly improving the existing facilities. This, he says, is being done on the recommendation of international transport, engineering, and consultancy firm INECO. Mr. Diedrich noted that the initial plans for the further expansion of the airport had been to do a 700-foot extension of the runway, which would take it across the road to the shoreline. He pointed out that in doing the necessary investigations, it was discovered that there may be some challenges. Mr. Diedrich explained that when the consultants completed the master plan, they agreed that the AAJ may eventually want to consider those grand expansion ideas. But for now, the existing facility has tremendous capability to generate significant traffic with minor alterations and build-outs. Now, it was against this background that the CEO said that the AAJ halted its plans to undertake the major expansion work at this time, deciding to focus instead on a build-out of the existing facility. Mr. Diedrich said that the terminal building has also been expanded to accommodate the requirements for international traffic and the separation of arriving and departing traffic and domestic versus international traffic. He also pointed out that with the advent of the COVID-19 pandemic, an area has been established for the health processing of passengers to meet the protocols for travel. And that's our news package for you tonight. Thank you for tuning in to Mello TV Evening News at 8. I am Shelley Hill. Stay safe and pleasant viewing.